Hello. Welcome to our video which is focused on STANAG 6001, Level 3 students. There are several topics at Level 3. For example, education, environment, economy, weapon systems and equipment. We will introduce one of the topics in this video. The video has 3 parts: questions, answers and helpful vocabulary. First, you are going to hear several questions. Pause the video after each question and say your answers out loud, pretending you are at the real exam. Try to answer to the best of your ability on Level 3. Beware, you need to pause the video after each question. The questions are all shown on screen at the end of this part, in case you needed help understanding them. In the second part of the video, you are going to hear the questions again, followed by possible answers. Don't learn them by heart. Use them only as an inspiration. First, don't look at the screen and only listen to the answers. Then listen to the answers again while simultaneously reading the answers. In the last part of the video, there is useful vocabulary shown on the screen. Don't just look at it passively. Practice incorporating these words into your own sentences. Without this step, you will not be able to use this vocabulary actively. Ready? Let's roll. How can individuals protect themselves from becoming victims of crime? Do you think poverty is a major factor contributing to crime? Why or why not? How has public opinion on capital punishment changed over time? Are there any circumstances in which you believe capital punishment might be justified? How can social media be used to raise awareness about human rights issues? How can non-governmental organizations, NGOs, help protect and promote human rights worldwide? Can you discuss the role of law enforcement in addressing both serious and petty crimes? What are some common misconceptions about petty crime and its impact on society? How can communities work together to prevent both serious and petty crimes? How do various countries approach punishment and rehabilitation for juvenile offenders? How do cultural and religious beliefs influence attitudes toward punishment? What factors should be considered when determining the appropriate punishment for a specific crime? Can you discuss any ethical issues surrounding the use of facial recognition technology in conjunction with CCTV? How do you feel about businesses using CCTV to monitor their employees and customers? What potential issues might arise from the widespread use of CCTV in residential areas? Can you discuss the benefits and drawbacks of increasing police presence in high-crime areas? What are some innovative security measures that have been implemented in public spaces to reduce crime? How can individuals take responsibility for their own safety and security in their daily lives? How can individuals protect themselves from becoming victims of crime? I believe that individuals can protect themselves from becoming victims of crime by adopting a variety of safety measures. These include staying alert and aware of their surroundings, avoiding high-risk situations or locations, securing their homes and using technology, such as security systems or smartphone apps, to enhance personal safety. Additionally, individuals can benefit from participating in community safety initiatives, building strong social networks, and educating themselves about local crime trends and prevention strategies. They could even attend self-defense classes, which are widely available in most towns. Do you think poverty is a major factor contributing to crime? Why or why not? I think poverty indeed is a major factor contributing to crime, though it is not the sole determinant. Poverty is likely to create conditions that foster criminal behavior, such as limited access to education, unemployment, and inadequate social support systems. In my opinion, these factors can lead to feelings of hopelessness, frustration, or social exclusion, which may drive some individuals to engage in criminal activities as a means of survival or to achieve a sense of power and control. However, it is important to recognize that not all individuals living in poverty resort to crime. Growing up in a society which is involved in illegal actions may push you into the very same behavior pattern, so various social, psychological, and environmental factors also contribute to criminal behavior. How has public opinion on capital punishment changed over time? Public opinion on capital punishment has undergone significant changes over time. While support for the death penalty remains strong in some countries, there has been a noticeable global trend towards its abolition. For example, in Europe, the majority of countries have abolished capital punishment due to evolving societal values and a focus on human rights. In the United States, public opinion has fluctuated, but there is a clear decline in support when compared to previous decades. Factors such as concerns over wrongful convictions, racial disparities, and the belief in the potential for rehabilitation have led to increased skepticism and calls for alternatives to capital punishment. Are there any circumstances in which you believe capital punishment might be justified? Yes, there are circumstances where capital punishment can be justified. While the decision to end a person's life is undoubtedly grave, certain heinous crimes warrant the ultimate punishment as a means of justice and deterrence. For instance, in cases involving serial killers or terrorists who have caused widespread harm and instilled fear in society, capital punishment can provide closure to the victims' families and serve as a deterrent against similar acts. The case of Timothy McVeigh, responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing, is the example when capital punishment can demonstrate society's absolute disapproval of such extreme acts of violence. While acknowledging the complexity of this issue, I believe capital punishment has its place in the pursuit of justice and maintaining societal order. How can social media be used to raise awareness about human rights issues? From my perspective, social media can be a powerful tool to raise awareness about human rights issues. By sharing stories, images, and videos of human rights abuses, individuals and organizations can draw attention to injustices and mobilize support for change. For instance, Black Lives Matter movement, which was widely spread on social media with a hashtag and was shared even more after George Floyd died in 2020. Social media platforms also enable real-time communication, facilitating the rapid dissemination of information and the coordination of global advocacy campaigns. I assume that leveraging the power of social media to create viral content can generate public pressure on governments and other stakeholders to address human rights violations and promote accountability. How can non-governmental organizations, NGOs, help protect and promote human rights worldwide? Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, play a crucial role in protecting and promoting human rights worldwide. I think they can achieve this by engaging in activities such as monitoring and documenting human rights abuses, providing direct assistance to affected individuals, and advocating for policy changes at the national and international levels. Amnesty International, a NGO founded in London, was originally focused on prisons of conscience and now brings attention to human rights violations all over the world. Additionally, NGOs can collaborate with other organizations, forming coalitions to amplify their impact and pool resources. By raising public awareness, challenging government actions, and offering support to marginalized populations, NGOs contribute significantly to the global effort to uphold human rights and achieve social justice. Can you discuss the role of law enforcement in addressing both serious and petty crimes? Law enforcement plays a crucial role in addressing both serious and petty crimes. In the case of serious crimes, such as murder or terrorism, law enforcement agencies investigate, apprehend, and bring offenders to justice. Real-world examples include the arrest and conviction of notorious criminals like Ted Bundy and Osama bin Laden, which required coordinated efforts from law enforcement agencies to protect public safety. Additionally, in dealing with petty crimes like theft or vandalism, law enforcement ensures societal order and deters potential offenders. Their presence and swift response help maintain a sense of security in communities, discouraging further criminal behavior. However, it's important for law enforcement to strike a balance by focusing resources on prevention, rehabilitation, and addressing root causes to reduce both serious and petty crimes. What are some common misconceptions about petty crime and its impact on society? One common misconception about petty crime is that it has minimal impact on society. However, even seemingly minor offenses can have significant consequences. Real-world examples include shoplifting contributing to rising prices and graffiti damaging public property, requiring costly repairs. Another common misconception about petty crime is that it only affects the immediate victims. In reality, the impact extends beyond the individuals who are directly involved. For instance, when a neighborhood experiences frequent incidents of vandalism, it can lead to a decline in property value and deter potential investors or homebuyers. How can communities work together to prevent both serious and petty crimes? Communities can effectively prevent both serious and petty crimes by fostering a collaborative and proactive approach. One key aspect is promoting community engagement and neighborhood watch programs. For example, the Citizens on Patrol initiative in the USA encourages residents to actively monitor their surroundings and report suspicious activities, thereby deterring criminal behavior. By establishing strong relationships between law enforcement and residents, fostering a sense of collective responsibility, communities can create an environment where both serious and petty crimes are less likely to occur. How do various countries approach punishment and rehabilitation for juvenile offenders? Well, various countries might have different approaches to punishment and rehabilitation for juvenile offenders. While some emphasize rehabilitation, others prioritize punitive measures. For instance, in countries like Germany and the Netherlands, the focus is on restorative justice, providing educational and therapeutic programs to address root issues and promote reintegration into society. On the other hand, countries like the United States adopt a more strict approach, often subjecting juvenile offenders to harsh sentences and adult-like punishments. Real-world examples include the implementation of youth offender diversion programs in Norway, which aim to rehabilitate young offenders through education and training. These different approaches reflect that there is still an ongoing debate on how to best balance accountability and the potential for redemption in juvenile justice systems. How do cultural and religious beliefs influence attitudes toward punishment? I think that cultural and religious beliefs shape attitudes toward punishment significantly. In some cultures, the concept of retributive justice goes hand in hand with the belief that punishment should be proportional to the harm caused. For example, in countries like Saudi Arabia, where Islamic law is influential, capital punishment is practiced as a means of maintaining religious and cultural norms. On the other hand, cultures influenced by principles of forgiveness and redemption, such as countries influenced by Christianity, may prioritize rehabilitation. For example, in Norway there is a focus on rehabilitation and second chances. In my opinion, cultural and religious beliefs provide the moral framework through which societies see and shape their approaches to punishment. What factors should be considered when determining the appropriate punishment for a specific crime? I think that we should consider a number of factors when choosing the appropriate punishment for a specific crime. Firstly, the severity of the offense and its impact on victims and society. This one I consider to be crucial. Secondly, the offender's intent and their criminal history should also be evaluated. Furthermore, factors like rehabilitation potential, public safety concerns, and the need for deterrence should be taken into account too. For instance, in cases of intentional murder or terrorism, where the harm caused is substantial and irreparable, capital punishment may be justifiable as a means of both retribution and deterrence, ensuring justice for victims and deterring potential offenders. Can you discuss any ethical issues surrounding the use of facial recognition technology in conjunction with CCTV? From my perspective, the use of facial recognition technology in CCTV raises several ethical issues. One major concern is the potential violation of privacy rights, as individuals may be identified, tracked, and monitored without their consent. People might be afraid of someone misusing their personal data if breached. This might lead to a chilling effect on public behavior and a sense of constant surveillance. Another issue is the potential for biased algorithms, which could disproportionately affect certain demographic groups, leading to unfair treatment or discrimination. Lastly, there is the risk of misuse of data, where collected information might be used for purposes beyond its original intent, such as targeted advertising or political manipulation. How do you feel about businesses using CCTV to monitor their employees and customers? I feel that businesses using CCTV to monitor their employees and customers can be both beneficial and problematic. On the one hand, it can enhance security and protect the business from theft, fraud, or other illegal activities. It might also ensure adherence to workplace policies and improve overall productivity. On the other hand, constant monitoring might create an atmosphere of distrust and negatively impact employee morale. For customers, the use of CCTV could raise concerns about privacy and data protection. In my opinion, businesses should implement CCTV responsibly, with clear policies, and respect the privacy rights of employees and customers. Also, there should be a sign on the door or at the entrance saying CCTV, so everybody entering the property knows they are being watched. What potential issues might arise from the widespread use of CCTV in residential areas? I consider the widespread use of CCTV in residential areas to be a double-edged sword. While it may increase security and provide evidence in case of criminal activity, it also raises concerns about privacy and the potential for abuse. I suppose that pervasive surveillance could create a sense of unease, as residents may feel constantly monitored, impacting their comfort and freedom in their own neighborhoods. Furthermore, the potential misuse of collected data, such as sharing it with unauthorized third parties, could lead to unintended consequences. To address these issues, it is essential to establish clear regulations, privacy protection measures, and community involvement in the decision-making process for the implementation of CCTV in residential areas. I think the CCTV might deter potential tenants. However, others might see this as a benefit. Can you discuss the benefits and drawbacks of increasing police presence in high-crime areas? Well, on one hand, a visible police presence might deter criminal activity and instill a sense of security among residents. Real-world examples would be, for example, the implementation of community policing in cities like New York and Los Angeles, which have shown promising results in reducing crime rates. However, an overemphasis on policing might also lead to potential drawbacks. Excessive police presence may create a feeling of mistrust and hostility among communities, building tensions and complicating cooperation. Also, a heavy focus on law enforcement may divert resources from addressing root causes of crime, such as poverty and lack of social support systems. So, overall, finding a balance between effective policing and community engagement is crucial for achieving long-term crime reduction and creating positive relationships between law enforcement and the community. What are some innovative security measures that have been implemented in public spaces to reduce crime? I think some innovative security measures implemented in public spaces to reduce crime include CCTV surveillance, improved lighting at streets, and smart urban design. CCTV surveillance allows for real-time monitoring and rapid response to criminal activity, acting as both a deterrent and a tool for law enforcement. Enhanced lighting in public spaces can reduce opportunities for criminal activity by increasing visibility. Lastly, smart urban design, such as creating open spaces and eliminating hiding spots, might minimize potential crime scenes and make it easier for law enforcement and the public to monitor their surroundings. In my opinion, the people walking in public spaces might feel safer because of all the security measures mentioned. How can individuals take responsibility for their own safety and security in their daily lives? From my point of view, individuals can take responsibility for their own safety and security by adopting a proactive approach. This includes being aware of their surroundings, avoiding risky situations, having a plan in case of emergencies, and even taking self-defense classes. I assume that engaging in self-defense courses and carrying personal safety devices like pepper spray, a personal alarm or a firearm can further empower individuals to protect themselves. Additionally, it is essential to keep valuable belongings secure and out of sight, use technology wisely, such as not oversharing personal information on social media, and build strong relationships within the community to foster a safe environment. What also helps is a safe contact, asking someone who is close to you to call you at certain times so the person knows that you are safe. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. We hope that you find it useful in your preparation for the exam. Feel free to watch our other videos, which you can now see on this screen. If you find it useful, click that like button below the video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our new videos. See you next time.